We have a new moon at 2 degrees Leo in 8 minutes happening on Thursday, July 24th, and going exact at 2:10 p.m. Central Time. Now, like under every new moon, we want to embrace the stillness and silence so we can feel that pull guiding us forward on our new journey, and we can recognize where we need to set our intention. Now, under this new moon in Leo, it has everything to do with our creative self-expression and really formulating our identity so we can be received as we are wanting to present ourselves. So that's one thing to ask yourself under this new moon is, are you presenting yourself in the proper way, or are people not receiving you as you would like them to receive you? And maybe now it's time to kind of reformulate your identity, or just reformulate how you present yourself, because it is about listening to our emotions under this new moon as well as asking ourselves, where can we have more fun, because it is the new moon in Leo. And so those are some things we want to reflect on under this new moon. Now, before we have this new moon, we do have the Sun trine Saturn in Aries, as well as the Sun trine Neptune in Aries. Sun trine Saturn in Aries is a tricky energy because Saturn in Aries kind of puts a kibosh on our emotions. So if you notice early in the day, in the morning time, if you're in Central Time, so like 6:28 a.m. Central Time is when that goes exact, and it'll be all morning. If you notice that you're just kind of being hard on yourself, you kind of have some fear and anxiety about things, just kind of really look at those fears and anxieties and ask yourself if those are real, or if that's just Saturn showing you where you limit yourself from expressing yourself and finding the freedom and independence to live your life. And maybe you can burn away those fears and anxieties perhaps, because maybe that's what we can do when Saturn is in Aries. Now, shortly thereafter, we do have the Sun trine Neptune going exact at 12:30 p.m. Central Time. This is a nicer energy because it does invite that energy of enthusiasm for life. It does encourage us to have an active imagination, which is perhaps nice under a new moon, because it does encourage us to perhaps create a vision for the future. So that is nice. One thing we do want to keep in mind is that we don't let our ego get too big when the Sun is trine Neptune, because that could perhaps be we just think too big of ourselves, we have too much aspiration, and we don't keep ourselves in check. And that's one thing we absolutely want to do today. We want to embrace the subtleties of the new moon, because later on in the evening, actually at 1 a.m. Central Time, we have the Sun opposing Pluto. So we want to keep ourselves in check to make sure that we're not the ones that are going to be too fanatical, egotistical, and zealous, stomping out other people or getting jealous of others. Because this is one thing that could happen, and this is where we also want to be aware that if somebody is jealous of you and they're coming at you, or if you accidentally trigger somebody, just kind of really note that, look at that situation, see what you can learn from that situation, because that's one thing that could happen. If you'd like to schedule a personal reading, you can contact me at 11kybarose33.com.